Get back to what happened in the barrel racing. Carly Otero's got great horses. She's got several great horses here. This one gets her to the finish line. 13:54, the winning time for Carly Otero. She gets a trip to the South Point to celebrate a little bit tonight. Takes the spotlight off the Cassie Mowrys and the Haley Kinsels, who've been so dominant over the first couple of nights. Here's a look at the coverage tomorrow. Starts at 4 o'clock Eastern time with Deep Dive. Starts to get serious around 7:30 Eastern. Rodeo Live leading right into round number 4 of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Another very busy day on the Cowboy Channel tomorrow. Don't miss out on all the coverage. Round number 3, right on par with the first 2 rounds that we have seen so far. Stars remain at the top. Riley Webb was great tonight. Stetson Wright placing in saddle bronc riding and in bull riding. Butch Knowles, they just continue to keep coming at him. You still got a long way to go. You still have 7 rounds to go at the National Finals Rodeo. So much fun in Las Vegas. Will Loomis, another tough night for him. A lot of rodeo left in Las Vegas. NFR final coming your way in just a few moments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow night right here for round number 4 of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. Champion tonight.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome everyone watching at home. We appreciate you all staying up just a little bit later to catch all of the recap action. This is the NFR final presented by Mahindra. We're going to break down everything that happened here tonight, including a couple of firsts for some guys here. The Dawson and Dylan Graham, as well as Waylon Bourgeois, picked up their very first round winner checks here tonight and going to be heading to the South Point here pretty soon. I can only imagine how exciting they are. Leighton, bring us back to that moment there when you had your very first time you got to stand up on that South Point stage.
There's absolutely nothing like it. On a Saturday night in Vegas, getting a go-around buckle, finding out where the South Point is for the first time, it's super electric. There's no feeling like it in the world.
And professional breakaway roper Jordan Joe Hollabach's here with us as well, and you rope in the South Point, so you know exactly what that's like, that setup. I mean, it's a pretty good spot.
It's a really good spot. We got to do our back number ceremony in the South Point this year, or last year. Sadly, this year we're moving to Fort Worth for the Breakaway Open, but you know, we're just glad that it's going there. South Point's a great place, and you know, everybody's headed to the South Point. That's their next stop on the tour after the Thomas and Mack.
Oh yeah, well, I appreciate you guys joining me tonight and looking pretty sharp, I might say. We got the fur going on, we have the golds here tonight, but we got to get right into it because a pretty exciting moment here. This guy's at the South Point, I'm sure, right now. Mr. Riley Webb, what a comeback after last night's run. A little bit of trouble there with the flank, still picked up a check, but everyone was feeling that heat that I'm sure he was feeling on his back from Shad Mayfield, doing pretty good job here in the Thomas and Mack, but tonight he was able to put it all together for 7.0 seconds.
You know, I think Riley Webb, you don't ever hardly see him make a bobble, and for him I think it was a breath of fresh air because he got to let it all out, focus in, and do his job tonight, and I don't think you're going to see him make too many bobbles now. Shad isn't somebody he's worried about. Now he's going to play some offense. It's going to be a really great round of tie-down roping. These calves tonight were phenomenal. We're going to see them again in round 6. It's going to be a great roping.
Well, I think Riley's just feeding off of the heat that Shad is putting on him right now. That guy's so locked in. He's a reigning world champion. He knows his job. He knows what he's supposed to do. I promise he's not plugging his ears. He's looking at what Shad's doing. He's going out there and answering the bell every time.
Absolutely. Another guy that definitely made a big splash tonight with 90 and a half here in the bull riding is Tristan Hutchings. Man, what a ride this was lately.
Man, I was so stoked for T-Hutch on this bull. I thought this was one of the ranker bulls in the pen. Tristan needed to show up and get a go-around win right here. Perfect bull into his hand, just jumping and kicking. He could have probably eaten a sandwich the whole time right there. I know he's stoked. Delaney, his beautiful fiance, I know she was ready to go to the South Point and be by his side, so that's where they're headed today, and T-Hutch has got some momentum. And if you let that guy get hot, he might win a couple go-rounds here.
I'm sure everyone's feeling some momentum tonight, and there at the Thomas and Mack, we had very own Jeff and Butch over there commentating the entire night. Guys, you were right there in the heart of the action, and I'm sure you have a front row perspective there of what you saw in the bull riding tonight.
Absolutely, Sierra. You know, there's some highs and there's some lows at the National Finals Rodeo. Really, how well you handle the highs and how you handle the lows may determine whether or not you win that world championship. Wasey Shala, Kai Hamilton, they came down tonight, and Stetson Wright kind of added a little bit of more separation in those world standings.
Well, and when you look at the bull riding, you know, there's not very many times you see all 10 bulls ridden. Now I think Stetson might be the only guy that has that chance, but that's not that big a deal. It's the mind game now. You got to put one behind you, and we've saw both these guys, more Kai than Wasey. Wasey's, you know, more of a newcomer to this, but you can't let it get in your head. You got to come back immediately tomorrow night and capitalize on what they draw for you. But as far as Stetson, man, that was a big move right there. And Tristan Hutchings now, he is in the conversation for a world title. So, you know, it just changes every single night, and they all know it.
You know, and you had Tim O'Connell, you know, picking Kai Hamilton to ride all 10 bulls. I don't know how you do that in this era with the bulls that they throw at you.
You know, it's almost impossible, really, when you look at that. The bulls are so rank. When you see guys that ride that caliber, and then you look at their riding percentages, you know, anything over 60% in the bull riding is incredible. I mean, that's a world title type of bull rider that rides that way. So, you know, the bulls are just so ranked. You're not going to see it happen very often. Stetson Wright still may be the guy to do it.
Yeah, and you look at Stetson Wright, missed the NFR last year. First, you know, he hadn't been here since round 2 of the 2023 NFR. This NFR could not have started any better for him.
You think he's happy to be here? He's riding broncs, just incredible, and of course riding bulls even better. So, you know, every single night he's coming in here and having great success, and every time he has success, it just builds his confidence even more to come back the next night. So, man, oh man, he is writing a story that is going to be fun to see how far it goes.
Yeah, he's trying to steamroll the competition, but
yeah, he is.
We'll see what happens in round number 4.
It's definitely been exciting so far, to say the very least, watching Stetson Wright come back in a very big way. Thank you so much, Jeff and Butch. We'll be seeing you guys, of course, the rest of the NFR. Your voices are iconic, and there's just, you got to have Jeff and Butch with the NFR. Well, when we come back, we've got more exciting things, including a guest professional bareback rider. Sam Petersen is going to be joining us at the desk. Don't go anywhere. This is the NFR Final.
NFR Finals brought to you by Mahindra Roxor. Built like nothing else.
And what an iconic night it was here at the NFR with our NFR icons that we got to highlight and honor, including Dan Mortensen, Sean Davis, and Betty Binion, that we know Sean Davison and Benny Binion together as a duo are really responsible for bringing the NFR to Las Vegas, to the bright lights.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the NFR coming to Vegas was a huge transition, and it's the best thing that's ever happened to rodeo. We all love it here. And just to hear Sean talk about, hey, he won $25,000 and that was maxing out, and then to come and he's like, now one go-round win is like doubling what I won over the whole 10 rounds. So I think that that's been pretty cool. It's just a testament to rodeo and how far it's come and how far it's going to go.
It's amazing to look back on all the legends of this sport and how far it's come, how far the game has changed. I know they're wishing that they might be competing right now, but they were such legends in their sport in their day, so it's pretty awesome to see what they get to see now.
Well, we have maybe a future legend of the sport right here. Bareback rider Sam Petersen is joining us at the desk. Sam, thank you so much for coming over here.
Happy to be here.
Congratulations on your ride tonight. It was pretty exciting. I'm sure it had to feel good there in the E-pin, the eliminator pin of those horses.
Oh, heck yeah. I feel that's kind of where I shine. I love those horses. Kind of what I live for.
Well, and you also shine here on TV. You're glad to come and visit with us. You know, maybe going to be a TV, television broadcaster someday after your Bareback.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
This is your official audition, if you were wondering. We are taking this and sending it in.
Hopefully I don't screw up.
Let's visit a little bit about the scores that we're seeing. 87 and 7 quarters tonight. 7 quarters, 0.75. There's a little bit of a new scoring system that we're seeing. Usually we just saw either an 87, an 87.5, or a 90. Tell me a little bit about the scoring system and how it's differential a little bit this year.
I mean, I think it's great. It's breaking it up to where you're not having so many splits. You're kind of being able to decipher between each ride a little bit better and kind of giving guys a better shot at placing higher.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, you are our Pendleton ride of the night. It's not just poured, it's earned. Let's break down that ride that we're going to see here now. Just walk us through this. I mean, you were on this horse's back. Tell us how it felt.
Awesome. I mean, that sucker was kind of side passing across there. I just kept lifting on my rig and lifting on my feet. When she went to whirling, kind of gave me a little bit of a stinger, but aside from that, felt great. I watched that horse this summer in Calgary. Jake Lees won around there. He was 88 points on her. So I knew in the E-pen here I had a great chance.
Well, Sam, I love the way your mentality is. We've traveled together, we've rode lots of buckers together, and coming into tonight, you were kind of my pick in this eliminator pin just because I know how solid your mentality is. Whenever they run a buck underneath you, it doesn't change a thing. Tell me a little bit about the nerves in the locker room. Was it quiet in there tonight? How did you feel preparing yourself for your first eliminator round at the NFR?
I mean, I was stoked. I felt great. It definitely was a little bit quieter. Nobody was joking around as much as they usually do, but I was so excited.
And you look so dialed in right now. I think you're riding the best that we've ever seen Sam Petersen ride. You're obviously a young man in the sport, got a long career ahead of you. What does it mean to you to finally make your first national finals rodeo and come out here and showcase the riding style that you've been basically waiting to showcase the last 2 years?
Yeah, for sure. It's been a long time coming. My goal coming here was just to make 10 solid bareback rides. Let my light shine, and then the average is just going to take care of itself. So, I mean, that's my goal, is to go out there, perform to the best of my ability every single night. Doesn't matter what they're underneath me. Go out there and be the champ.
Wait.
It's showcasing right now.
Did I hear that correctly? You guys are traveling partners?
Yeah, Leighton took me on my rookie card.
I've got questions. First, let's take a look here at the unofficial world standings here in the bareback riding. Sam, you know these guys. You're with them all year long. Who are you really keeping your eye on for that world champion title, besides yourself, of course?
Honestly, no one else. I want that world title.
I love it, that confidence.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I hear a lot of guys talk about is I'm going to make that ride, I'm going to do my job no matter what. It's just another rodeo. That's what my husband tells me. NFR stands for just another rodeo. How do you keep that mentality under all of the strengths? You guys are running around, your schedule is jam-packed, you're signing autographs, you're showing up, you're doing TV after you do good, which you probably better come back here again tomorrow night after you win some more money. But, I mean, how do you manage all of that being your first time NFR?
I got a little schedule, just kind of keep everything in line, go where I got to go, and just try not to be late.
So far, for me at least, after the third round might be the most sore that I get, and then from round 4 and on, I seem to hit that coast button and start to feel better after every night. How's your body holding up right now?
Pretty dang good, really. You know, I was a little bit sore this morning, but went to the gym and got it worked out. I'll probably definitely be sore in the morning as well. So, I mean, just keep going in the sauna, cold plunge, keeping the body feeling good, feeling loose, and just attack each round.
That's right. Try not to stay out too late.
How long do you cold plunge for?
This one wasn't very cold, so I stayed in there for like 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Sam's from Montana,
10
so
minutes.
he's
Like,
cold.
it wasn't negative 30, so.
Now, hang on. I saw you stretching right before you came on there. And Leighton says because you were sore, but if you're not, were you just nervous to come up here? You're just getting psyched, getting ready?
My free arm shoulder was a little sore.
All right. Now he's honest.
Yeah.
We'll see. Sam, thank you so much for coming up here and talking to us. We wish you the best of luck, and we hope that we're going to be talking to you a little bit more, maybe with the gold buckle in your hand.
Dang right.
Thank you so much. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk all things tie-down roping with that awesome run that Riley Webb put up and more. Stay tuned after this.
NFR Final is brought to you by Pendleton Whiskey, official whiskey of Rodeo Vegas.
welcome back to NFR Final, presented by Mahindra. Everyone's having a good time here in Vegas, and everyone had a great time earlier today with that Golden Circle of Champions, which is such a special thing that the NFR does every single year. We were almost all three matching. Leighton said no to the fur coat, but Jordan did help us out with these awesome yellow scarves. Leighton, what the heck?
It's 100% not true. Mine was still at the dry cleaners.
Tomorrow. He's already agreed that tomorrow that's what he'll be wearing. So it's great, and we've locked it in now.
We will see you tomorrow. And that's what the coolest thing is about. You've seen everybody in yellow. Tonight is a Golden Circle of Champions, Golden Night. This is the 7th annual that they've done this event. It's phenomenal. It's life-changing. These kids today, we talked about on the pre-show. I mean, I've been crying all day long, had to do my makeup 2 or 3 times. They're just phenomenal. It's a great for pediatric cancer kids come. Cowboys take 2 or 3 hours out of their day, and they come and they make these cowboys or cowgirls their cowboy and cowgirl. They take them around to all of these different stations that they have set up. They rope the dummy, they ride the bull, they do some trick riding. We did interviews with the Cowboy Channel. It was a phenomenal event. And then these kids get to come and actually watch their cowboy at the National Finals Rodeo tonight, cheer them on. Leighton, I know you've been there and been a huge part of it. Sierra, you have too. What's your guys' thoughts on it?
I feel like in this sport, it's so easy to take things for granted, and you can come out here to the national finals and maybe not have a good start and start to get down on yourself, and you go experience something like the Golden Circles of Champions and what that brings, the light that brings to you, and realizes how lucky we are to be doing what we're doing, and the smile that those kids put on your face. It really will change your whole mentality on everything that you're doing.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. It just gives you the right perspective on things that are important with, with a sport like this. It's easy to get caught up in some of the wrong stuff, so it's been pretty exciting. It was a very special day to remember for so many kids, and very special night to remember for quite a few cowboys and cowgirls, including this guy right here. Riley Webb is our higher comeback story of the night, because guys, we know that Riley has been waiting to put this run down in the Thomas and Mack this year. Him and Shad have been going head to head. That's been the big story everyone's talking about, and everyone's been kind of waiting for Riley to put this run right here on here.
Riley Webb took a roll at this sucker in a breakaway throw, and he was coming in hot. He had 2 swings out of his hand. That cap was strong, and he stuck it on him. I really do. I think Riley's taking a deep breath of fresh air. He's on offense now, and I think we're going to see him and Shad truly battle it out.
Well, he's just doing exactly what a 2-time world champion does. He lets nothing phase him. It doesn't matter what cap he has, what Shad or anybody else does before him. He's just making Riley Webb runs. He's trusting in himself. He's trusting in his horsepower, and he's going out there. When he has a good calf underneath him, there's no doubt in my mind that he can do things just like that and win the go-round.
Most certainly, and I think that's the thing I've watched all year long, that Riley, I mean, he can do things that nobody else can on calves that nobody else can, whether they're good, whether they're tough, anything. Riley Webb can make him a champion, so it's going to be a fun night to watch.
He definitely did, and how important that run was tonight, because if he placed beneath Shad, I believe it was that tight that then Shad was going to be able to take over that #1 spot in the world. Of course, it's a very long race still ahead. We don't know how it's going to shake up, but feeling that you're going to wake up in the morning, Riley's still #1 in the world, that's got to give him confidence going into this next round.
You also can't take your eyes off Kincaid Henry. I know Dylan Hancock had a little slip up tonight. Marty Yates, Tom Kraus got hung up in his horse. There's so many different things happen tonight, but you can't ever count those guys out. With $36,000 rounds, $90,000 average, it's a big deal.
It's going to be so exciting. And those guys, they know that when they have to blast, they blast. And that's what makes for good television and good watching.
Yeah.
Same with blasting. Speaking of, the steer wrestling was a very exciting round tonight. A lot of fast times, including Ty Erickson, another kind of maybe a sleeper player, a steal in the Pro Fantasy Rodeo pick, if you ask me, coming in #14. And wow, he's gunning for that 2nd gold buckle now.
Well, talk about a steal. I would know that because he is on my fantasy team. When you see a world champion like Ty Erickson, 14th in the world, you can get him cheap. You pick him every time, because what's he going to do? He's going to come swinging for the fences every single night. That's probably going to place him first in the average right now. He's got a go-around win under his belt, and I'm looking for him to be the dominant force in the steer wrestling the rest of the week.
Well, and Ty's hungry. He came for 14th. He's moved his way up night after night after night. We're seeing him rise to the top, but the best thing is that horse, Crush, is phenomenal. 3 different guys are riding him here at the National Finals, so that's just a testament to that horse, that not only can he take 1 to the winner's circle, but he can take several to the winner's circle. And we talked to Bridger Anderson about that last night. So many different guys are riding the same horse. It's pretty neat to see.
I know. Look at that. Look at that jump. I mean, you're coming in 14th. I mean, a few years ago, I'm going to say it wasn't impossible, but you weren't ever really paying attention to the 14th or 15th guy for the world title.
Yeah.
This kind of money now up for grabs, you better be counting nobody out.
That's what was so neat about the steer wrestling event, I thought, this year, was because 15th to 1st, nobody was out of reach. Obviously, the ref stock events were a little bit different. The team roping's a little bit different, but the steer wrestlers, everybody coming in had a goal of getting up there amongst them at the top. We saw Tucker Allen do it last night. Ty stepping up, taking over that reserve spot right now. Will Loomis might be in trouble. I think we're going to see a change tomorrow.
I think you're going to see a shuffle, but also there's still 7 rounds left.
Oh,
so that's
my
a lot of
gosh.
money, and Will Loomis is going to be running at it. Stetson Jorgensen is one that I have on my radar, our family friends, but he got hurt, tore his MCL the first night. He has come back strong, got another check tonight, and it's just been great to see him. He's battled through it. He was also at the Golden Circle of Champions in his tennis shoes today just to be there for those kids. This guy's crippled, and he's going at it. He's got a little boy at home, Rattler. He's got to buy some shoes for the baby. Kelly wants some things for that baby boy, but he is just going strong, giving it his all, and that he's going to grit it out for the next 7 rounds and give it all he's got.
Now, I've personally never, wrestled down a steer, but I can imagine you use your knees pretty hard, Leighton. I mean, I can't imagine the level of pain this guy is feeling right now.
The few that I threw, I would know that if your technique's not correct, it can hurt a lot worse than a bareback ride. So yeah, it's important to do things right. These guys are so tough and so strong, and they're mounted so well that it's just kind of a day in the office for them.
Yeah.
All right, when we come back, we're going to be going to saddle bronc and the team rope and breaking it all down here for this night's round. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
NFR Final is brought to you by Hire. History, heritage, and a hell of a comeback.
Welcome back to NFR Live, NFR Final, presented by Mahindra. We're here at Resorts World at the Red Tail. Everyone's having a good time, and there is Rodeo Live. We've got people watching it right there in the action here at Red Tail, which is so exciting because not everyone can make it to the Thomas and Mack, but you feel like you got a front row seat there right here when you're at a watch party like that.
And we're just here talking all things Las Vegas, all things National Finals Rodeo, so it doesn't really matter what it's called. We're all talking about it.
Yeah, NFR, NFR everything.
Obviously, Resorts World is kind of the place to be right now.
All right, and the team roping tonight, it was a pretty packed victory lap, I would say. There's 3 teams. We got the Graham brothers, Dylan and Dawson with the 3.8. honestly, we got to look at this run really quick.
This rookie NFR qualifiers come out, get their first go-round win in the third round. That is going to be something that these brothers always remember. Coming from Canada, they're used to roping in small little arenas right here. Made a great run on a great steer. I know this will be a night to remember for them. They're going to have to shove the other team ropers off the stage because there's 2 more people coming behind them.
I heard that Dawson's heel shot went viral on TikTok from, was it last night? And then he's probably going to go viral again?
It might be, but thank goodness Lightning Aguilera came with the heater again tonight. Caden Pro Philly. You know, this team has been somebody that everybody's wanted to watch. They're on a lot of people's pro fantasy rodeo teams, not saying anything. This was kind of a tough heel shot right there. I thought Caden did a great job. You know, Lightning came back and from a steer that he missed the night before, came back strong tonight. I know they're going to be excited to go on South Point stage again, too.
And finally, we have Colton Schmidt and Jonathan Torres. We just needed one more 3.8-second run because honestly, that South Point stage was not crowded enough.
Well, I know the Fabrizios are happy that Jonathan Torres gets to go to the South Point tonight. This was a great run. You know, Colton came and did good on this steer. Jonathan nearly fell off his horse whipping his hat, but no big deal. I mean, they're headed to the South Point and it's all good, but the team roping was a great watching tonight. And, you know, I think that's one thing we see. It's either all in or all out because these guys are running at the barrier and they're throwing as fast as they can to beat. See, he almost fell off again right there. So it's been fun to watch. Caleb Dreggers is still coming in number 1. He's still got about a $20,000 lead. But I tell you what, Andrew Ward's solid. Tanner Thompson, like again in this conversation, you can't count any of these guys out because they're all coming with the heat. There's a lot of money left to be won. The average is going to come into play. There's just a lot of different moving parts here in the team roping.
It looks pretty tight, you know, 1st to 15th. You don't see too much of a gap like you see in some of the rough stock events.
Yeah, and then you come in these healers, you know, and I think we're going to see different teams be world champions this year. You know, hopefully they stick together, but there might be a different header and a different healer that are not teamed up and are going to be world champions this year. So it's going to be an exciting round to watch. It's always good when the team roping kicks off good. It starts good, it finishes strong. Pretty cool to have teams. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people on South Point stage for the team roping tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a little tight up there, but I'm sure it'll be exciting. Only one there in the saddle bronc riding, though, Leighton. This is a pretty exciting pin, I would say, the hopper pin of horses here. I mean, that's always kind of changes some things up.
It does, and you know, this pin of horses is so even across the board. It really just comes down to a spur ride. I know Statler, he's been wanting to make a trip to the South Point with his brothers, and this little horse, Angel Cat, I wasn't very familiar with. I heard really good things. I heard that she might circle around to the left and not make it to the wall, and that's exactly what she did. And Statler, he is trying to ride like a world champion right now. He doesn't make very many mistakes. He's very flawless in his rides, has a lot of style, and now he gets to go get a buckle along with all of his family, so that's pretty dang neat.
And he's one of the only Cowboys that had the courage to wear that yellow hat and walked away with $36,000.
And that's pretty incredible.
Is that a superstition? Or
it'd be pretty hard not to wear it the next night, but I don't think it quite goes with blue, so I'm sure he'll be having a black hat on tomorrow.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard here. This is what we've got right now, first through 14th and 15th there at the very beginning. I mean, Leighton, you look at these guys. I mean, who are you looking at right now here? The world standings.
You know, I have my eye on Dawson Hay coming in. I don't think he's quite drawn the horse that he needs to propel himself up there, but Damien is giving Ryder a run for his money right now. Ryder's getting money every night. Damien's going for the go-rounds. It's very similar to the tie-down roping with Shad and Riley right now. I know they're both just gunning every single night, no matter what's underneath them. They're going to let the average take care of itself at the end, but they're focused on go-round wins. All the money right now is in the go-round, so they're going to be gunning for #1 spot every night.
We got to mention Zach Dallas, too. I feel like, you know, you see those big names that have been here 100 times. You know, Zach Dallas, maybe not everyone is really familiar with his name, but I feel like they're about to be.
They are, and I think, go ahead.
Well, he might be one of the most aggressive riders with his feet. Whenever you watch Zach spur a horse, he absolutely means it. He's got his chin down, and he is trying to pick these horses up every jump. You never see him get their chin. Zach is so solid, and whenever he gets these horses, the correct horses underneath him every night, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, absolutely.
That's one thing I think's been exciting, and you've taught me a lot this week, Leighton, is these guys and their mentality has matured so much. They're showing up for these horses. They're showing them off. These horses are showing off. It's been really fun to watch this week.
It has been fun. The selection of horses this year, I feel like I say this every year, but it just keeps getting better. The breeding programs that these stock contractors have, they're going above and beyond. They're not afraid to spend the money on getting the right bloodlines in their program, and that's what you're seeing right now. That's why all these high scores are happening.
And the contestants pick the horses they want to come to the national finals, correct?
That's correct, yeah. All three rev stock events spend several hours, get on several phone calls with all 15 guys and their director, and every bull and horse is hand-selected to be here, so you know that they're absolutely supposed to be here when we're all vouching for them.
Did you always have one that you always picked, always, if you got to?
there was definitely some horses that I would push for that maybe some other guys didn't want, and there was horses that I might shun away. But at the end of the day, everyone's got a different opinion. I'm more likely to pick the buckers than anybody else, so a lot of guys frown upon that, but that's the ones I want. So it gets a little controversial. We get to yell in matches, but it buffs out.
Oh yeah, absolutely it does. All right, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going barrels and bulls to round up NFR Final presented by Mahindra. Well, welcome back. This is NFR Final presented by Mahindra, here for the 2025 NFR top stories that have been catching our eyes so far. First up, Stetson Wright, starting to pull away a little in that all-around race.
Well, he just keeps showing up every night, and with Wasey not staying on for the first time in the bull ride, and Stetson getting another big check in the bull ride, and he's just going to keep propelling in that all-around race.
Another big story I would say in the team roping, we've got Tyler Wade and Wesley Thorpe not quite firing like we were all expecting them to in the Thomas and Mack.
No, they're not. And I know that they're disappointed to see that, but I have to say, if you're in rodeo, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have a bad national finals rodeo at some point in time, but the best thing is they still have 7 more to run. I know they're gonna try to get dialed in as much as they can, but these guys are all gonna know the cattle now. They've run their first 3 rounds of cows, so they know what's coming up 4th, 5th, 6th round. So I think we'll see a little bit better performance out of those guys. And, you know, they're on my pro fantasy team, so they need to step it up.
You're speaking that into existence right now. Yes. Are speaking of someone that really turned things around, we got to talk about Carly Otero in the barrels on Regina George. She did a bit change tonight, put Sly's bit in Regina's mouth, and I guess that was the ticket for this round win.
This is one of the most determined little women I have ever been around in my life. She told me tonight before the NFR we got together. I gave her a pair of socks to wear. I hope she wore them tonight. Lucky socks, lucky chucks. But she told me, I'm going to win money tonight. And she knew she was going to run past that barrel, give herself a little bit more pocket. We see Emily Beisel too. Man, what a performance getting on this horse. We've seen her, like Jordan Briggs said, this horse basically took her to the NFR. She was so tight turns and straight lines, and she came out with the 13:56. I can't wait to see these times get faster and faster and faster throughout the week. It's going to be great.
Oh my gosh, isn't it? I mean, I was really expecting Liza to really show up there in the Thomas and Mack, but now hopping on, I mean, we can see that it works out, and it seems like Emily always knows when to change, and it's always the right call, usually.
She does, and she's a horsewoman, but we saw a little bit of a shuffle tonight. We saw Haley Kinzel tip over a barrel, which opens a bit of a door for Cassie Mowry. We still have 7 rounds left, right? A lot of things can happen, and they're going to win money in the average with a knockdown barrel. So Kinzel is not out of the conversation, but it did shift a little bit, and we're feeling a little bit of that momentum now.
Well, you don't see Haley and sister mess up very often, but you know they're going for every go around. So whenever that happens, it's rodeo, like you said.
Rodeo.
It can happen.
It's gonna
but
happen.
man, Carly Otero, so amazing. Her first go-around win in almost 13 years. Pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely got to be. It's been very exciting. And Cassie Mallory still picked up a pretty big check, so she is kind of itching her way towards there. It's going to be pretty exciting. Another very exciting moment of the night. We got to talk about the highest score we've seen in any rough stock, 90.5. Tristan Hutchings to the bull riding.
Well, how Stetson wasn't 90 the first 2 nights, I'll never know. But T. Hutch right here, he's riding so strong. This guy's an absolute gym rat, and he rides bulls into his hand better than anybody that I know. This bull is a little bit ranked for this pin. T. Hutch just sticks it all over him. This is a well-deserved 90-point ride. He's heading to the South Point with some momentum going into round number 4.
And I mean, just to watch this bull come out of the chute, dust is flying, parts are going everywhere. I mean, that was an all-out dog fight, and he stepped up to the plate, and it was just an exciting ride. But we still had 6 guys cover bulls tonight, so it was overall, out of the tough pen, it was a really good set of bull riders.
Yeah, looking at that average race, things have definitely shook up a little bit. And Tim O'Connell, his prediction, it busted officially when Kai fall
Don't
off
bust
tonight.
Tim's bubble on TV.
It did, but my prediction is still alive. I said that Stetson or Wasey were my 2 picks to possibly ride 10 bulls at the national finals. Stetson's hot on track to maybe make that happen and gaining ground on Wasey Shawla in the bull riding and that all-around race.
Well, and another thing that we're still going to see, just like now, somebody's going to place in the average on 9, 8, 7 bulls, so they're not out of the talk either.
It's not over until it's over, absolutely. But the way these guys, these top-tier guys are riding and staying on and keeping relevant in the average, I think the money is just going to grow. The separation's going to happen there, and Stetson is showing now that he wants to take off with this all-around and bull riding world title race.
He wasn't letting go right there, no matter what.
I
It
got
was
a little
like
nervous
he
there.
glued and duct taped, and it was just not falling off right there.
Well, Stetson just got that cowboy mentality, and he knows what's at stake, and he would rather be spit out of the Thomas and Max ceiling than get bugged off. So he's trying his guts out every night, and he's 100% healthy the first time in a couple of years that he's been that way. So getting to watch Superman showcase his riding style through his strength, it's pretty incredible to watch.
Well, and the energy he's bringing to the Thomas and Mac, him, his family, the stands, like Janie said it last night, they're all having a standing ovation for him. Man, he's changing the sport of rodeo, and we're getting to watch history unfold here.
That was a very, very cool moment. It's always been exciting to watch Stetson. I mean, leading up into this year, we were all pretty, anticipating what was going to happen, and I don't think any of us could have anticipated this. This amount of effort is amazing. And speaking of effort, we got to talk about J.R. Stratford.
You can't forget about little J.R. Stratford. This guy is so sticky. This bull has only been ridden twice this year, and J.R. right now is just strapping it on him. I know he came to his first NFR a couple of years ago and didn't have quite the success that he wanted to have, but you cannot leave J.R. Stratford out of the conversation. He's the same way. It's do or die every time. He doesn't wear a helmet. He doesn't give a dang. He just wants to ride bulls because he loves it. I saw he made a shap change tonight. I don't know why he got rid of the pink chaps. They were working for him, but clearly it doesn't matter what he's got on his legs. He's riding bulls, and it looks like he's having a great time.
So do you think he wears the cowboy hat so he can throw the cowboy hat, or is it really just to look cool? I mean, what's your opinion here?
I mean, sounds like these kids are watching a little bit of too much of J.B. Mooney, if I had to guess, but I know the pictures look really cool. I can't say I would do the same. I'd be a little conservative with that helmet, protect that noggin, but that's just how much try these guys have. They believe that they can go out there and get away unscathed and ride bulls and get scores like that.
Well, and I think you said it, they believe. I think we've seen a whole new wave of mentality come in of these cowboys believing. We've heard everybody talk about their visualization, believing in themselves, confidence in their runs, preparation. It's a new wave.
You got to have that, and the way the bull power has gotten. I talk about the bucking horse power, but the bull power is just absolutely insane right now. The fact that these guys are actually making qualified rides, I mean, it's unbelievable. The bull riding's come such a long way in the last 5 to 10 years. The bloodlines just keep going through the roof. So whenever these guys are sliding up on the rope to nod, cowboy hat, helmet, doesn't matter. If you don't believe that you can stay on, you're never gonna. So it's pretty cool to watch these top 15 guys showcase their riding styles.
Now, who was your pick in the bull riding?
Tonight I had Quinn Anderson, and he finally got his first qualified ride.
And he has no hair as of right now.
As of right now, he looks a little bit like the bullfighter Dusty Tuckness. He's got a full-on shaved head because he didn't stay on in the first round. All the rookies have a different deal that they have to do. That's usually pretty embarrassing. The other one might not be TV relegated, but getting your head shaved and having to do that the duration of your rookie NFR. I don't think the girls will be after him too much the rest of the week. But
I think it's working for him, though. I mean, so you got to go with what's working for you, right?
Well, Joe B is famous for saying if it's not working, change it, and maybe a loss of hair is making him stay on. He's a little lighter.
Do you remember what yours was, your rookie year, what that challenge was? Is it appropriate to say on TV?
Luckily, the bareback riders don't have anything.
Oh, good.
Maybe we should bring that up. It's usually just for the bull riders. I was lucky to stay on my first bareback horse and get a qualified ride, so nothing happened there, but it's pretty unique to watch these bull riders and what they might have to go through if they don't stay on. It makes them try a little harder that first go round.
Yeah, I'm so happy that the break ropers don't do anything like that. Imagine a
that would
shaved
be
head
a
challenge.
terrible
Absolutely
idea.
not.
Absolutely
All right.
not.
We got to go to break. When we come back, we have more NFR final for you. Don't go anywhere.
NFR Finals brought to you by Mahindra, outworking the field.
And welcome back, everyone, to the NFR Final. And we've got to go right into the Magnificent 7, brought to you by Mahindra. We're going on the highlights of every single event tonight, starting with the bareback riding. Waylon Bourgeois, 88 at .75.
The rookie Waylon, he's just getting started. This is a horse that everybody's a little bit afraid of. She bucks really hard, got a lot of forward momentum. Obviously, Waylon held on to the power right at the whistle, gets backdoored, but he's lit up right now. He's got his first go-round win and proved himself in his first eliminator round. So I'm looking forward to the rest of the week for Waylon Bourgeois.
He did take a thumping right there when he came off. That looked like it hurt.
Yeah, his hip might be a little sore. I don't know if she tagged him up right there, but I know Waylon's not caring right now. He'll rub that buckle on and it'll make it better.
You're dang right. All right, going into the steer wrestling next, it's none other than Ty Erickson, number 14th man in the world, now number 2 with a 3.5.
This boy's got momentum, and he is throwing him out of the Thomas and Mack. He's coming for another world title. You know, he's got the opportunity, he's got the momentum, he's been drawing the steers, his horse is doing great, got a great hazer going, Matt Reeves right there. I think there's great things to come in the next 7 rounds for Ty Erickson.
He is definitely feeling that momentum, and I'm sure he's already celebrating right here.
Yeah, everybody, that's one cool thing about the steer wrestlers. Everybody celebrates with everybody.
Oh, you gotta love it. Speaking of, we got the team roping. Some of these teams, they did amazing tonight. 3 teams specifically. We got Dylan and Dawson Graham up first.
Right, and you know, these guys, these steers are stronger. We see that they're throwing a lot of rope, and they're a little bit bigger this year. Like Joby was talking earlier, steers are really hard to find right now. So all of these steers are stronger, they're running more, but these guys are still throwing, taking the same wild shots, and making it a really great show at the Thomas and Mack. I think it was an electric night in there tonight. You could hear the crowd cheering. When it's a good night of team roping, it's really fun, and I think we got to see that tonight. Here we see again Jonathan Torres and Caleb Smith. This This team is really cool because they didn't make it to the NFR together, and so they actually are roping different. They just paired up here, so to see them get this victory is really cool.
It's definitely been exciting. Saddle bronc riding up next in the hopper pen. It was none other than Statler Wright with 88 1/4.
Well, man, like I said, I'm just looking forward to watching the rest of the week for Statler now that he's got some momentum going. He rides so good. I know he's not even looking up to his brothers right now. He's going, hey, this is who I am. I'm Statler Wright, and I'm here to win a world title too. So I think we're going to see a lot of blue shirts in the winner's circle the rest of the week. And man, if he keeps drawing and plucking good little horses like that, his bank account is going to look very, very friendly by the end of the 10th round.
That's the
very
first
awesome
sign of emotion I've really seen out of Statler, and I love to see it. It's been really fun.
I love that autographed hat he's got on too. Next up in the barrel racing, Carly Otero and Regina George. No mean girls in the house tonight, just winners.
She will let all the mean girls out. This is a jockey right here. Just her knowing to have confidence in this horse, to stay on her. She hit 2 barrels in the first 2 rounds, stays on this horse, changes her bit, comes by, goes a little bit wider on that first barrel, gets the round win. Just like Leighton was saying, the cool story here is she hasn't had a round win for over 11 years, comes back strong this year.
Oh man, and coming back strong for sure. Tristan Hutchings, 90 1/2 here in the bull riding.
Well, this is just hard work coming to fruition right here. I watched T. Hutch leading up to this NFR. He's worked harder maybe than any other bull rider in that locker room. And when a bull turns back into his hand, you can almost guarantee that he's going to get a score. And when you ride a bull with that much control, the judges have no choice but to throw the book at him, give him that first 90-point ride. And whenever T. Hutch gets some momentum going, gets confident in the Thomason mag, he's going to blow the roof off this place. I expect him to ride a lot of bulls.
And we got tied on rope in the comeback kid right here. Riley Webb, 7 flat, just doing what he knows how to do.
I mean, he's blasted. I think when these calves, so this is the 3rd set of calves, they're going to come back in the 6th round again. These calves have been bigger and stronger, not what these guys are used to roping. This is more of my husband Raymond Hollabaw's style of calves. But this set of calves, when they come in the 6th round, I tell you what, I think we're going to see that world record. Haven's got it right now with a 6'4", and we might be playing with some records being broken. This is a great set of calves, Leighton.
I 100% agree, and I have my eyes on Chad Mayfield for that. I know he's hungry for it after that calf got up on him a couple years ago, and whenever he's got the right one underneath him, he might spit one out, and you never know. We might break that 6-second barrier at some point.
You never know. It's going to happen.
Do you think we're going to see a sub 3-second run in the Stirrussland? There was kind of some talks. There was a couple 2.9s here in this season.
I wouldn't doubt it. You know, these guys know these steers, and they're going to be able to push their horses, push that barrier. So it's not out of the question. It's going to happen at some point in time.
Well, with the luck that Will Loomis has had so far, I know he's wanting to break out of it. So if there's a guy that can do it, I know he'll be coming at the barrier. And when he draws the red steer, it might happen.
I am never counting out Will Loomis, ever. Well, I want to thank everyone, and especially you two, Leighton Berry, Jordan Joe Holliman. Thank you so much for staying up late. I know, Leighton, you had an espresso martini. I think we all should tomorrow so we can stay up extra late. It was so much fun to break down all the action of round number 3. Join us tomorrow for more action, Rodeo Final, Rodeo Live, and more. Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow.